So going back to Blue Origin, I mean, space has been such a big part of your life for so long, and certainly every memory.
That's in Houston. We lived in Houston
That
for
was a
many
park
years.
not too far from our house. I think that it's science fiction movies, books. My passion for that stuff certainly came from watching you enjoy it so much. But I look at this picture and I thought to myself, well, I've seen that face recently, and this. So this is you're standing on the landing pad.
Yeah.
In West Texas, the launch and landing site in West Texas,
Yeah.
where you're launching and landing the New Shepard vehicle for Blue Origin. So if you could just take a minute or two and sort of help us understand, what is Blue Origin up to?
Well, Blue Origin the vision for Blue Origin is millions of people living and working in space. And the key thing is we have to dramatically reduce the cost of access to space. Right now, space travel is very expensive. And the reason it's expensive is not hard to understand. It's because we throw the hardware away after each use. And so we need reusable rocket vehicles, and that's what Blue Origin is working on. We're working on making sure that we don't have to throw the plane away every time after you fly to your vacation destination. That would definitely increase the cost of your vacation. And so that's what we need to do, and we can do it. It's totally possible, and I think it's important.
Yeah, this is what the booster looks like when it's coming back down.
Yeah.
And this is again coming back.
My
down
cowboy hat still has champagne stains. Which,
that's right. Your hat still has
the best kind of stains.
So I guess if we could talk. And this is one of my favorite shots. This is the booster in
and that's
West
Texas. It's beautiful country.
So if you could just talk a little bit about, you've been passionate about space your whole life, but this is not just a plaything for you.
No,
the work that Blue Origin is doing is not a nice thing. I mean, this is important work.
My view is that it's incredibly important work that needs to be done and done as quickly as possible. And I have my own reasons why I believe that. They can be explained pretty simply. And it's not, for me, it's not there's a very kind of common argument that's been around for a long time, actually kind of first popularized by Arthur C. Clarke, who said all civilizations become spacefaring or extinct. And this is the kind of Plan B argument that, when Earth is destroyed somehow, we better make sure that we don't have all of our eggs in one basket. And I hate the Plan B argument. I think, Plan B with respect to Earth being destroyed is make sure Plan A works. So we have sent robotic probes to every planet in this solar system. Believe me, this is the best one. We know that. It's not even close. My friends who say they want to move to Mars or something, I say, why don't you go live in Antarctica for a year first? Because it's a garden paradise compared to Mars. And so this planet is so amazing. It's a jewel in our solar system. And we have, if you take baseline energy usage on Earth and just compound it at a few percent a year for just a few hundred years, you have to cover the entire Earth's surface in solar cells. So that's not going to happen. So we have two choices. We either go out into space, or we switch over to a civilization of stasis. And personally, I do not like the idea of stasis. We have, our grandchildren and their grandchildren will live in a much better world if they can continue to advance and develop and use more energy and all of the things that we've enjoyed for hundreds of years as a civilization of growth. I don't even really believe in stasis. I think things are either growing or shrinking. I think stasis is highly unusual and in real life doesn't exist. I don't even think liberty is consistent with the idea of stasis. I mean, if you get real stasis, somebody's going to have to tell you how many kids you can have, how much energy you can use. There'll be all kinds of things that just aren't consistent with liberty and freedom. But in space, we have, for all practical purposes, unlimited resources. We could have 1 trillion humans in the solar system, and still wouldn't be crowded. And so then if you had 1 trillion humans, you'd have 1,000 Einsteins and 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Da Vincis, and how cool would that be? But we have to go to space, and we have to go to space to save Earth. That's why this work is so important, and we don't have forever to do it. We've now gotten so big as a civilization on Earth that we kind of have to hurry. And so I believe that, that really in a kind of a long time frame, the most important work I'm doing is Blue Origin and pushing forward to get humanity established in the solar system.